So once again, hi everybody. I'm Sandeep Gupta from Engineering Minds, and let's continue where we left in the earlier video. So in the earlier video, we had studied what is the computer, what is the memory unit, and what is a compiler. Okay. So whenever I teach you anything, if you want, you can copy those things, or you can even take a screenshot of whatever you have done. So if you want, you could have taken a screenshot of the earlier video, the very last part of the earlier video. And now also after the screen gets filled, you can take a screenshot. Okay. So let's start with the next topic, which is introduction to the C language. Okay. So let me just switch off the video so that things are better. All right. Now, in this topic, we'll do our first C program where we'll be studying the basic features of the C program. So what you see in blue color is the first C program. And when you run this C program, you'll get this output. So what you'll get the output, welcome to the world of C. Below that, there will be some space over here, and then you'll have begin with C programming. Now let's understand some basic features over here. And once again, I'm telling you, we are just studying some basic features, introductory features. So first of all, let's start with a comment. Now, what is the comment? So a comment is a statement which starts with slash star and ends with a star slash. So if you want, pause the video and count how many comments are there in this program. So there are three comments, the first one, the second one, and the third one. Okay. Now, the first thing which you need to understand about a comment is that comments are not meant for the compiler. I hope you remember what a compiler is. A compiler is itself a program which will convert our program to machine language. So when the compiler goes through this program, it will simply ignore the comments. Okay. So the compiler does not convert a comment to machine language. Why? Because the comments are not meant for the compiler. The comments are meant for the reader of the program. So what it means is, let's say you write a program today and you want the logic of the program to be understood by someone else who is reading your program. So in order to help that person to understand the logic of your program, you write comments. Please understand one thing, that in the real world, a program may have thousands of lines of code. And that time the comments are required to explain the logic of the program. Okay. So in your case, the comments will be required basically for the examiner. The more comments you write in your program, the better marks you get. Anyway, so this comment says this is the first C program. This says displaying the first message. Now look at this comment. This comment starts on the first line and goes on till the next line. So everything you write over here, and everything you write over here will also be treated as a comment, Okay. So anything you write between this and this is a comment. Now let me ask you a question to make sure that you really understood what I'm saying. Let's say over here, I write, instead of writing this is the first C program. Let's say over here, I write that apples are tasty. So instead of writing this is the first C program, I write apples are tasty. Okay. So if I write something like this, what do you think? Will the compiler report an error? The answer is no, it will not, because the compiler simply ignores the comment. Okay. So please understand one thing, the comments are meant for the reader of the program, not for the compiler. Now let's move ahead and let's understand the next basic feature over here. And that basic feature is a preprocessor directive. So in a program, any statement starting with the hash symbol, is called a preprocessor directive. So do you see any statement over here starting with hash? Of course, it is this one, hash include stdio.h. So this entire statement is called preprocessor directive. Now, why exactly it is written, that we'll cover in the subsequent chapters. For time being, please understand one thing. This stdio.h which you see over here, this stdio.h stands for standard input output header file. I repeat, it stands for standard input output header file. Okay. Now, what is the header file? Okay, what it does, what it stores, that we'll see later on. For time being, please understand one thing, that everything which you have stored on your cell phone, everything which you have stored on your computer is stored as a file. So every photograph is a JPEG file. Every video is an MP4 file. So a file has a name, and that name contains two parts. For example, a file name could be abc jpeg. Over here, ABC is the first name and JPEG is the extension. And उनके बीच में आता है एक डॉट. So ये जो extension होता है ना, the extension decides the type of the file. So over here, this file name stdio.h, this .h stands for header file. Anyway, now what is the header file? What are its contents? That we'll see later on. For time being, remember that this statement is called preprocessor directive. Preprocessor directive. Now, after writing the preprocessor directive, what we do is we start with main. Okay. So when we write main, either we can write void main or int main, anything, both will do. Okay. So as I told you, details later on. After the main, we'll give these round brackets, जिसको हम आज के बाद parenthesis बोलेंगे. So they are parenthesis. Then we'll give these braces, and whatever statements we'll write inside the braces. So right now, there are two printf statements inside the braces. Now, what is a printf used for? So in C language, the printf statement is used for displaying, for output. printf का लॉजिक क्या है कि जो भी तुम डबल कोट्स के बीच में लिखोगे, देखो ये डबल कोटेशन मार्क्स है, ये डबल कोटेशन मार्क्स है, इसको आज के बाद हम बोलेंगे डबल कोट्स. तो जो भी तुम डबल कोट्स में लिखोगे विल बी डिस्प्लेड एज इट इज. तो ये प्रिंटफ क्या डिस्प्ले करेगा? वेलकम टू द वर्ल्ड ऑफ सी. ये क्या डिस्प्ले करेगा? बिगिन विथ सी प्रोग्रामिंग. ओके. एंड बिकॉज आई गिव अ स्लैश एन ओवर हियर, now slash n stands for new line character. What it stands for? New line character. It is equivalent to the enter key of the keyboard. So because I give slash n over here, ये है ना next line में आएगा, begin with C program. ठीक है? All right. And because there is a space over here, इसीलिए इधर भी space आएगा. Okay. So printf is used for basically displaying things on the monitor. So because of this program, you'll get this output on the monitor. Okay, so I hope this much is clear. All right. Now what we'll do is we'll do this program practically using code blocks. So I'll show you the practicals using code blocks. अब कोड ब्लॉक्स बेसिकली क्या है, तो याद करो मैंने तुमको क्या बोला था, ये जो प्रोग्राम है ये सी लैंग्वेज में है, ये हाई लेवल लैंग्वेज में है. हाई लेवल लैंग्वेज कंप्यूटर को समझ में नहीं आता है, मशीन को समझ में नहीं आता है, तो यू नीड अ कंपाइलर टू कन्वर्ट दिस हाई लेवल लैंग्वेज टू मशीन लैंग्वेज. तो वो मशीन लैंग्वेज में कन्वर्ट करने का जो काम है वो कंपाइलर करता है. एंड देयर आर वेरियस कंपाइलर सॉफ्टवेयर्स अवेलेबल like code blocks, like turbo c, like dev c, and so on. So we will use a software called code blocks. Now how to install code blocks, from where to download code blocks, for that you can WhatsApp me and I will send you the details. Now on my machine I have already installed code blocks. तो ये देखो नीचे टास्क बार पे उसका सिंबल है, ये देखो इस पे जब तुम क्लिक करोगे तो ये स्क्रीन ओपन होगा. ओके. So I have already opened it for you. Now I go to file, I go to new, again I go to file. All right. Then I select this C, C++ source. I click on go. Then over here, make a selection of C, not C++. So I select C. Then I hope you can see three dots over here. So click the three dots. A screen like this will open. Over here, you will select where you need to store it. तो समझो मुझे डेस्कटॉप पे स्टोर करना है, डेस्कटॉप. तो ठीक है, मैंने डेस्कटॉप सिलेक्ट किया. ओवर हियर गिव द नेम ऑफ द फाइल, नेम ऑफ द प्रोग्राम. सो मैंने ये नाम दिया, देखो मैंने क्या नाम दिया है, फर्स्ट. नाउ आई क्लिक ऑन सेव. नाउ आई क्लिक ऑन फिनिश. नाउ व्हेन आई क्लिक ऑन फिनिश, इधर देखना क्या होगा, इधर ये देखो. So when I click on finish, you will see that I have created a file called first.c. तो इधर जो डॉट सी है ना, उसका मतलब है कि ये फाइल में एक सी प्रोग्राम होगा. ये मैं इसको मिनिमाइज करता हूं. एंड मिनिमाइज करके देखो तुमको ये इधर दिखाई देगा. मिनिमाइज करके तुमको मेरे डेस्कटॉप पे भी ये दिखाई देगा. सी दिस वन फर्स्ट. ये देखो टाइप सी फाइल साइज 0 बाइट. 0 बाइट्स क्यों? क्योंकि अभी इसके अंदर कुछ भी नहीं है, अभी इसके अंदर कुछ भी नहीं है. ठीक है. सो नाउ वी गो टू कोड ब्लॉक्स वंस अगेन. ठीक है, अभी इधर देखो. All right. Now over here we'll type the program. So let's say I do the typing hash include stdio dot h. Okay, and then void main. All right. And then over here, I'll write something like print f. And over here, let's say I write welcome to C. Okay. Now this is the program. Now this program is in C language. अब इसको मुझे पहले compile करना पड़ेगा. So I go to build. I click on compile current file. So when I click on compile current file, ये देखो नीचे तुमको दिखेगा 0 error 0 warnings. तो इसका मतलब क्या था? Compilation was successful. The program was successfully converted to machine language. Let's say I remove the semicolon. See, I'm removing the semicolon. Now every time I change the program, I should save the program. So on my keyboard, I'll press Control S to save the program. Again, I compile. See. And when I compile again, see, it shows error, if you can see over here. And over here also it shows this thing, see, this thing. So basically it is telling me, CodeBlocks is telling me that I have done an error. So I'll now rectify the error. And I will save it again. I'll save it again. Okay. ठीक है. Now, ये देखो, इसको मैं फिर से कंपाइल करूंगा. तो कंपाइलेशन सक्सेसफुल हो गया. अब इसको मैं रन करूंगा. तो रन करने के लिए either I can click here, see run, or I can directly click on this green triangle, see here. So when I click on this green triangle, एक ऐसा स्क्रीन ओपन होगा ब्लैक कलर का जिसको बोलते हैं इनपुट आउटपुट स्क्रीन. So input output screen is that screen where the user can give input and the program will give output. So right now, see, this is the output which we get. Welcome to C. All right. Now, if you don't have code blocks on your computer, okay, then no problem. You can even do this online. Now, how you can do online? So see, what you can do is you can go to Google. You can go to Google, and on Google you give this command online C compiler. Now, when you hit the enter key, a page like this may open in front of you. You can choose any online compiler from here. Let's say I select this one, Programmers. Okay, now over here, first delete the existing code. So I delete it completely. And now I paste my own code. तो code blocks में ना मैंने copy किया था, अब मैं इधर paste कर रहा हूँ. Okay, let me add one more line over here. ऐसे जरूरत नहीं है. Print f and then over here, ये देखो /n welcome to C hello. तो अभी देखो क्या होगा, नेक्स्ट लाइन पे हेलो आएगा, हेलो के पहले स्पेस भी आएगा क्यों मैंने स्पेस दिया है. अब क्योंकि ये ऑनलाइन कंपाइलर है, इधर सेव वेव करने का जरूरत नहीं है, कंपाइल करने का जरूरत नहीं, डायरेक्टली रन पे क्लिक करो। जब तुम रन पे क्लिक करोगे, बैकएंड में वो खुद ही कंपाइलेशन करेगा। तो ये देखो, क्लिक ऑन रन। तो ये देखो, वेलकम टू सी एंड हेलो एस। ऑलराइट। So basically, this is the way you will run your C program, either using code blocks or using the online compiler, whichever is easier for you. Okay. All right. So now this was our second video where we studied a basic C program, and we also studied how to run it, how to compile it, and how to execute it. All right.